Merci beaucoup. Thank you,
Thank
Your
you.
Excellencies, for inviting me here today for this very special announcement that is indeed an announcement for all Canadians. Aujourd'hui, je suis fier
Today, I am
d'annoncer
proud
l'itinéraire
to
officiel
announce
pour la Tournée Royale de
the
2011, la
official
troisième Tournée
line for the
Royale
Royal
en
Tour,
18 mois
the
au
third
Canada.
official
Today, I'm
tour in
pleased to announce
18 months
Itinerary,
to
the
Canada.
2011 Royal Tour, the third Royal Tour in the past 18 months that Canada has hosted. This will be the first international tour for the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge as a married couple, and all Canadians are delighted that they have chosen Canada as their first destination. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge will visit 7 Canadian cities, spanning 5 provinces over 9 days, from the 30th of June to the 8th of July. Le Duc et la Duchesse de Cambridge visiteront 7 villes dans 5 provinces pendant
In
9
5
jours,
provinces over 9
soit du
days,
30 juin au 8
from
juillet.
June
Le
30th to
couple
July
royal
8th.
arrivera dans la
The
région
royal
de la
couple
capitale nationale
will arrive in the
jeudi le 30
National
juin
Capital Region
à 14
on
heures.
Thursday, June
Le Premier
30th at 2
le
p.m.
Premier ministre et le gouverneur général
The Prime Minister and Governor
l'accueilleront
General
officiellement
will
ici
greet
à
them
Rideau Hall.
officially
Les
here
Canadiens
at Rideau
auront
Hall.
aussi l'occasion de
Canadians will
souhaiter
also
la
have the
bienvenue
opportunity
au couple
to
royal.
welcome the
The
royal
Royal
couple.
Highnesses will arrive in the National Capital Region at 2 p.m. on Thursday, June 30th. Well, they will be officially greeted here at Rideau Hall by the Prime Minister of Canada and His Excellency, the Governor General. On Friday, July 1st, they will be joined by Prime Minister Harper, Mrs. Harper, His Excellency, the Governor General, and Her Excellency, Mrs. Sharon Johnson, and tens of thousands of Canadians to celebrate Canada's 144th birthday on Parliament Hill. On Saturday, July 2nd, the Royal Highnesses will attend a reception at the Canadian War Museum with veterans and their families. Plus tard cette journée-là,
Later on that day, the
Duke
and Duchess will go to Montreal to visit
des soins intensifs de l'hôpital
the
Saint-Justine.
intensive newborn section of Hôpital Saint-Justine in Quebec City. At 12:40 on the 3rd of July, the Duke and Duchess will attend the ceremony for the recognition of the confidence and unity that unite the members of the regiment.
They will visit Province House in Charlottetown, the second oldest active legislature in Canada, and the location of the Charlottetown Conference, the conference that laid the groundwork for Canada's Confederation. At Summerside Harbour, the royal couple will view a search and rescue exercise before touring the main deck of a Canadian Coast Guard ship, the Edward Cornwallis. On Tuesday, July 5th, the Royal Highnesses will travel north to Yellowknife and Blatchford Lake in the Northwest Territories. In Blatchford Lake, they will meet with the Canadian Ranger Patrol Group, part-time reservists who serve their country by providing crucial disaster relief and assistance to northern communities. Finally, they will finish their tour of Canada in Calgary, where they will take part in the Stampede Parade on Friday, the 8th of July. The decision
taken by the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge to visit Canada for their first international tour bears witness both the relation our countries have and ours with the royal family.
Canada for their first international tour is a testament to our country's very close relationship to the royal family. The events will profile Canadians who have helped to build our country, seniors, veterans, and serving members of the Canadian Forces. The destinations visited by the Duke and Duchess will show the world some of the best of what Canada has to offer. During the last royal tour by Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, there were 848 accredited journalists covering events across Canada. On this royal tour, there are currently nearly 1,300 accredited journalists covering the royal tour. During the last royal tour, there were 20 accredited journalists from outside of Canada. This year, there are, as of this morning, 241 accredited journalists from around the world, including representatives from China, India, Japan, and Qatar, among other countries. Royal tours are opportunities for all Canadians to take pride in our traditions, in our history, and indeed our institutions.
This royal tour is an excellent opportunity to show the pride that has inspired us, the traditions, history, and institutions here.
That I know that all Canadians have been very much looking forward to. Et je vous remercie pour être ici aujourd'hui,
Thank you
and I look forward
for being here today.
That indeed will be to the benefit of all Canadians. Merci beaucoup. Thank you very much.
I would like now to invite questions.
Is it on? Yeah. Good morning. Lori Graham over here. Sorry. It is a very busy schedule, as you've just pointed out. I'm wondering, they are young. I'm wondering if you will be providing them with loan time, given that they are newlyweds.
The itinerary that's been put together has been put together in collaboration with the Duke and Duchess, and I think their itinerary, while very, comment on dit en français, très chargé, it's a very active and busy itinerary. The itinerary has been put together to meet all the needs that they've requested.
Minister, I'm cutting in and out here, but they're trying to youthful tone over in England. I'm wondering if we'll see that during this tour. Will it be more fun? Will it be a little looser? They're trying to be all of that. And secondly, it's a 9-day party. How much is it taxpayers? Sure.
The first question was about the spirit of this visit. Certainly, I mean, obviously they are a young couple, and I think the youth and the energy that they'll bring to Canada will be evident throughout the trip, not least of which, by the way, starting on Parliament Hill with the Canada Day noontime show, which will be, I think, a pretty high-energy show. And if you look at the talent, the broad Canadian talent that is going to be on display there, will also speak to the youthfulness. With regard to the costs of this tour, you should know that there are no additional costs to taxpayers for this tour. This tour, by the way, costs a little less. We anticipate it to cost a little bit less than half of what the visit of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth's visit was last year, which you'll remember was in the neighborhood of about $2.5 million. So it's less than that. So I don't mean to be in politics talk. I mean, certainly we have to be open and transparent with taxpayers about what these costs are, but there are no additional costs. Every year the Government of Canada makes financial arrangements to host large international visits, and indeed it's an honor. And I should note, by the way, that both the Duke and Duchess and the Government of Canada, we have worked together, certainly with prudence, efficiency, responsibility in mind, to make sure that these trips are all that they should be in terms of their importance in connecting with as many Canadians as possible, while also recognizing that we will be using taxpayers' dollars in a way that is entirely responsible and transparent and efficient.
Hi. We got a lot of the itinerary here. We do know that the public will be able to greet the royal couple at Rideau Hall, but what other events are open to the public so the public can actually meet the Duke and Duchess?
As you go through the detailed itinerary, I went through one or two events for each of the cities that they're visiting. But as you go through the itinerary, it's a large document, by the way. You'll see that there are a number of events in there where Canadians who wish to have access to seeing the royal couple and to have some interaction will be able to do so. I mean, the Stampede, the opening of the Calgary Stampede on July 8th, Canada Day on the Hill here at Rideau Hall. I think their excellencies have been very generous in opening up Rideau Hall and making Rideau Hall as accessible to Canadians and to the royal couple as possible on the 30th of June. And in between those two larger, higher profile events at the start and the end of the tour, you'll notice throughout there are a number of events where the public will have the opportunity to have access to the royal couple.
Monsieur Moore, Mathieu Nadon, Radio-Canada. Vous savez peut-être qu'il y a des gens qui ne sont pas très heureux de la visite.
You know that some people are not very happy with the visit of Kate and William to Canada. Some people are thinking of protesting. Do you have a message for them? Well, listen, the question of the Crown here in Canada, I know, is certainly a question that is always a source of debate, certainly in Quebec, and I believe that this will continue after this visit here. All I can ask is that those who have opinions on this be respectful at all times and with all points of view. And I'm certain that there are several all around Canada, including Quebec, who are really excited to see the Duke and Duchess here during their visit to Canada.
Was regarding within the province of Quebec, those who have questions about royal visits. The question of the question of the monarchy in Canada is obviously something that is there's nothing new, and all that I think all Canadians would expect is that those who have strong opinions on this question be respectful, and I have no reason to expect anything less. Thank you all very much. Thank you very much.
I just want to pursue this point, Mr. Moore. Can you, knowing that protests cause concern, do you think that the venues, when you were planning this detailed itinerary, what about this boat from Montreal to Quebec?
Hearing you between the noise over here. Oui, s'il vous plaît.
All of it?
Yes, please.
Si tu veux, c'est à vous.
It's up to you. Knowing, as this was already said, that there could be concern about protests, in this detailed itinerary, was the trip for the boat from Montreal to Quebec involved? The planning was very intense. It was in consideration with everyone. So we want this visit to be respectful and open to all Canadians.
There is thing related to the Royals, but a lot of people don't see why they should really care about this visit. All they can see is how much money it's going to cost them. How do you make people care about this visit?
Well, I'm not going to judge, people's personal judgments with regard to the royal couple. I'll leave that to them. I will just say, on behalf of the Prime Minister of Canada, on behalf of the Government of Canada, that we're very much looking forward to this royal visit. We think that Canada is hosting now our third royal visit in 18 months. We think it's great for Canada. We think it's great for Canadians to recognize our traditional institutions, and we're very much looking forward to the visit from the Duke and Duchess. Thank you all very much. I appreciate your visit. Merci beaucoup.
And so the Royals will arrive, as we knew already, in Ottawa June the 30th. They'll spend a couple of days in the nation's capital, which will include attending a party at Rideau Hall, hosted by the Governor-General and his wife, and they will also attend the Parliament Hill Canada Day celebrations. From Ottawa, they will travel to Montreal and Quebec City, then off to PEI for stops in Charlottetown and Summerside, up to the Northwest Territories and a visit to Yellowknife. Then they'll wrap it all up with a visit to Calgary, where they will attend the Calgary Stampede Parade. The Duke and Duchess of Cambridge are making their very first overseas visit as a married couple to Canada.